Hi, I'm Ajane,
And I'm Jackie.
and we are back with another part of Mystic Destinies Echoes. We are officially on Chapter 2. Yay! Because it took us forever
So long.
to finish Chapter 1.
It took so long.
But, so we wanted to also let you guys know that we're going to be starting Final Fantasy VII the Remake.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you're in the far future, we already started it, so you should go check that out. The series name for our like the games that I didn't make will be what was it? Oh, Diversity,
Yeah.
like Diversity in Games with Ajane and Jackie. So it'll be under that series name. If you like hot guys, action, funny stuff, you should enjoy
dorks.
it. Yeah, you should enjoy it. And then also, of course, we have To the Edge of the Sky. That we're also doing a developer commentary on, and then we also have some miscellaneous BTS videos we're doing commentary on, so just so that you're aware. So let's get started.
Alrighty. When the next morning comes, I'm thoroughly confused as to where the hell I am.
So leave a like or a comment if you have ever been thoroughly confused as to where the hell you were when you woke up. Like,
Pulls
just
my phone out and just likes the video.
like, have you ever just like woke up from a coma and you just like in a whole different place, like when you go to a hotel or something or someone else's house and you just have no idea where you are? That's the feel.
I stare blankly at the bleak stone walls.
Trying to gather herself.
Oh, right. Ye old goth Victorian mansion.
Victorian. we got rolling R's.
I'm really bad at them normally. Alright, so we're sitting up and then we're just like trying to gather ourselves, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just
try not to freak
out.
out.
Let's not scream. This is definitely different from what we're used to. After days of being chased around by crazy cultists, I feel gross. I need to find a shower.
You know what? My biggest regret, it's that Aurelia does not have a different change of clothes. It's been the hardest thing to work with, and it's like
Oh man.
nobody else can paint like this. So like I've asked other people and they've been like, oh, I can't emulate this style. So I've just been screwed.
For a moment, I panic, wondering if this place even has a proper shower. Don't be ridiculous, Rel. Naoki isn't that bad.
Like she's imagining that they're gonna have like buckets or whatever you have to wash yourself with. And like, what are those things? The chamber pots. Yeah, exactly. She's like, please let there be running plumbing. I mean, to be fair, it doesn't look like this room has any like plumbing.
To be fair, that decided, I leave the room to begin what would turn out to be a very long day. I wander out into the corridor. Glancing out the window, I decided the mansion has altogether a decidedly different feeling in the daytime. The halls are silent, but not eerily so. Birds chirp outside of the windows. I feel brighter. Cautiously optimistic, even.
That feel when you got like an actual good sleep in the morning. That's what she's feeling. Like you actually get good sleep, and you're in a new place, but it's like a place you like because she's been stressed out the last few days. And her apartment was messed up. So like, it's like, like you had like a bad family situation, you go to a hotel or something,
Yeah.
So she's like, okay, I'm starting to like vibe with it.
I feel good.
Exactly.
I take a deep breath and smile, tension leaving my shoulders. Alright, here we go. We're gonna go find that bathroom that hopefully has running plumbing. Alright, thankfully it does. So we take our shower, thank God, and then we go outside. That should be fine, right? And it should be safe enough. I find myself thinking back to yesterday, to the story I told Naoki last night. I wonder if he thinks I'm crazy.
Naoki.
Girl, please,
really,
listen.
of all people.
Girl, you saw the room he gave you.
Honestly.
Or, after mentioning the SSU, a criminal. Well,
I mean, he already know that.
I mean, have
He
you
already know that.
Have you seen his brother?
Honestly.
My mind floats back to yesterday. A little bit after Pax came crashing through my window, a detective showed at my door.
Flashback.
Yay. I carefully try to keep my expression neutral as I greet him.
Like when you are a criminal, or maybe some of y'all have done things that aren't like, exactly on the up and up, and a cop show up your door and you try not to look guilty. You just
Don't be suspicious.
Yeah, don't be suspicious. But so you all exaggerate. How may I help you? I've done nothing wrong. Like, that's her mood.
I've done nothing wrong ever in my entire life, and he's like,
He looks suspicious already. Like, look at his face. He looks angry already. He just greeted her.
Hello, Detective Moon.
Jin Sol Moon, a SSU detective of whom you're acquainted with. Although his help was invaluable during the trouble your friend and mentee Takumi got into, as he's always getting into stuff, over a year ago, you prefer to keep your distance for legal reasons, of course.
Legal reasons.
It's like nothing personal.
How can I help you? The detective glances down at the door
He's
lying
just
on the floor.
What is that?
Is everything alright here?
I mean...
Yeah, we're fine. There's a door on the floor. We got a report of glass falling down from the 27th floor and sounds of a struggle. Ah, I see. There's a door on the floor. Why is the detective here for a disturbance call? Would it be alright if I come in? No, but
it's
sure.
Like, no, but can't stop you.
If I said no, that'd be suspicious. I have no explanation for the door or the broken glass further in the living room. At least there's no bodies.
Because they melted into water.
It was red water, but...
True.
We got rid of the water. The water's gone. So it's just...
You know how water bending be? Like,
yeah,
you can just like water, like just dumping out on the street. Can you imagine just like a pile of red water just dumped on your head? Honestly, and yeah, broken glass, most likely just eat it.
Awful. And she's just like been quiet for like 2 seconds too long, and he's just like...
She's trying her best. He's just too attack dog.
With a sigh, move out of the way of the doorway. Please come in. I don't want you to, but please come in. And he's like...
Honestly.
Walks in. Max and Katsu are sitting on the couch.
They're just trying to look like...
Troublemaking kids.
Honestly.
Katsu is scrolling through his phone to call fixers for the window and hopefully the door that was supposed to be fixed a while ago, while Pac stares out at the empty window blank.
I'm just like imagining like them both like casually, you know, like laying there. He's just like scrolling. He's trying to look chill. You know, it's just like people at your house. They just chilling. You know, we weren't doing nothing. It's like like they're so weirdly dressed and they're so obviously not like just people who would just chill on your couch.
And Pax has she's like criminal base. She has a lot of warrants.
Exactly.
So it's like you're not unknown.
He knows like he's a shady business. Like people know them, so it's just like random pirate with criminal warrants.
This is the worst situation to go through.
So fixers, a term for anyone who works in the realm of fixing problems magically. Have a problem, they'll take care of it for a high price. Any problem.
Any problem. The detective steps in, they both turn to look at him. Hello all, I'm Detective Jin Sol Moon with the SSU. That's who was at the door?
Like, gosh dang it.
So were both of them. I don't believe this is our first time speaking, Mr. How do you spell it? Kasema. How have you been? Just dandy and very innocent.
He's so terrible.
Glad to hear it. Detective Moon looks at Pat.
He's like ready to like speed dial his lawyer.
Really is.
He's like, if this dude even tries to look at me sideways, if I even hear the jangle of handcuffs, I'm dialing my lawyer.
And you are? Why don't you just call me Izzy?
Reference to Dragon Age 2, Isabella.
Sure. Nice to meet you, Izzy. He's somewhat impressed.
He really is.
Likewise. So, what brings you here, Detective Moon? Well, we've got eyewitness reports of a woman and a man flying through the sky and crashing into a window. A woman with purple hair specifically, and a man in blue. I was able to trace it back to this floor. The detective stares quietly from Pax to my window. Yes. There was an accident with the portal stone going wrong, so my guests ended up crashing through the window. That's all. Detective Moon walks over to the broken glass and bends down to examine the floor, because detective stuff. After a moment, he pulls out gloves, and tweezers, and a cotton swab, and a small black pouch.
Like, why is this happening to me?
Picks up pieces of glass, placing them into the pouch, and then starts swabbing the carpet. I swallow hard, hoping that Pax did a good enough job of cleaning up the cultist. Otherwise, my man's gonna find blood in that carpet.
Yes.
No one speaks for several minutes as Jinsol collects his evidence.
It's like, spoiler alert, she didn't. It's never mentioned, but he knows.
Finally, he stands up and looks at me. Have you heard of the Cult of Muir? I can't stop my jaw from dropping at the unexpected question. Rel, you completely and utterly blew it. You're supposed to keep your cool.
She did her best.
I'll take that as a yes.
She's very shaken by everything that just happened. You know, she just was having her peaceful morning, and then Katsu came in, the door fell down, Pax crashed through the window, and then a freaking cultist crashed through. He melted into the thing, a detective came to the door. She is freaking out right now. She's doing her very best. She's doing better than most of us.
It's so funny though, because like it's not even her fault that he's one of the best in the business.
Exactly.
Like literally, like
there's also
the
that.
top detective just walked up to her door, swapped her carpet, and then asked her about the cult.
It's like she's under a lot of pressure right now.
It's not even noon yet.
Exactly. This is like all happened within 30 minutes.
Why the hell is he so well informed? I don't mince words. The description of the hoodie the man was wearing seems to fit the uniform the cult has. Is it possible your guest was one of these cultists? No, of course not. I've got no interest in cults, detective.
She's like, that's true at least.
It was just a guy in a blue hoodie who took a wrong turn.
I mean, in some contexts, yes.
He left after.
In some contexts, yes.
Left? So it wasn't Kasema. But you said guests before. Well, he was, for a short time, but I don't know the guy. It was just a portal stone accident with Izzy. He got caught up in it. But then we cleaned him up and he left.
See?
Cleaned him up! I don't know where, and I barely remember what the guy looked
all
like.
True.
It's all true. It's like, I see. Stripping his gloves off. You know the intimidating sounds of rubber gloves coming off. I tense for a moment, but then see that he has a business card in his hand. He walks up to me and presses it into mine. If you remember anything else, or want to share anything at all, contact me.
Can we just talk about the power move of pressing your card into someone else's hands?
Just like...
It's not even like, here you go. It's
like... You're going to
it's like, I don't want this, but I can't help it.
The cult of Muir is something I'm personally investigating, and I'd appreciate any help at all learning more about them. Detective Moon walks to the doorway, pausing to tip his hat at all of us. Have a good day. With those innocuous words. Yeah, he leaves my apartment. For maybe 5 or even 10 minutes, no one moves or speaks. And you don't know if he's still like outside the door.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. You can't, because you know, like, what's happening? Camera just like autofocus.
Whoa.
But I was going to say, you know, like when your mom comes in and you lied, but like you and your siblings know it, but nobody can say anything because you don't know if she's like still there. That type of feel. So it's like you just mind your own business.
And sound travels, and that door ain't there no more. So you gotta
wait
for him to be gone.
So he's gotta be gone. And the thing is, Jinso most likely just like waited outside the wall, like out of sight for like 5 or 10 minutes.
Of course he did. Not even Katsu, and Katsu the loudest one.
Mm-hmm.
But then Pack Size gets up and stands next to me. Oh, Rel, what have we gotten ourselves into? I don't know, but we need to find out. I'm going to Hagiwara. The library there, or Naoki at least, should have something useful. We need to start somewhere. Now,
like Naoki's just there. Like at all given times, she's just there. Like no matter what. I mean, maybe it's probably a weekday, so she figures he's probably there. She's just gonna bust into his classroom.
Katsu lazily pushes himself off the couch and swaggers over to us. After all this stress, I need to find somewhere to relax.
Notice that he had the least stress.
Let me know if you find anything. Wiggling his fingers at us, Katsu leaves the room, leaving Pax and I alone to do research on Atlantis. Haven't seen Katsu since then, and frankly, I don't care. But he knows about this mess now, so he's involved. I'll have to call him for this meeting Naoki wants to have, if he'll even come. The thought of talking to Katsu at all, though? Ugh. Man,
I'm just thinking about how hard it's going to be for me to write their romance.
Maybe I'll ask Pax to do it. I'm walking around, thinking about all of this, when I see someone come into view ahead of me. I don't see him at first as I walk towards the gate, but suddenly, he's just there.
We got the Faye music. I gotta tell you that it was the best thing finally having, like, a Celtic dude.
Yeah.
Because like there's so much Celtic music for game music that's out there. Like there's so much. Like I don't know why. It's like everyone has a Celtic song.
It's because it's beautiful.
I mean, it is beautiful, but it must be also easy to do or something because like every single person has like 40 Celtic songs. Like so I was waiting for years to use the Celtic song. So he ended up having like multiple different Celtic songs throughout the entire game. Nobody else really has that much.
He's literally carrying all of the magic and all of the musical magic. What the? Where'd you come from? Or he's leaning against one of the pillars near the gate, and it takes me a moment to realize what happened. Fey magic? There's a...
Yes.
I realized that I can see him only because he let me. Being this close to him means the spell would keep me hidden from view as well. So she just disappeared. So if anybody was watching, she just disappeared.
Yeah, basically. Can you imagine June just like sitting out there like drinking his coffee and then like she just disappears into nothing? It's like does nothing, just assumes that that she does that sometimes.
Fate magic. You're already putting forth a lot of effort into guarding this place, huh? Do you even sleep? He chuckles. I do, yes. But alpha require less sleep than other races.
When I think about it, like, she would know that. I just thought about it. Maybe. She did leave pretty early. She could have.
I mean, it's probably not something that people talk about much. It's probably like a rumor or
yeah,
whatever.
I mean, it's just more like it's probably, and the thing is, it's like, it's probably like a couple hours sleep. Like, they need 5 hours a day. Like, and I don't even know how much they need. I haven't decided that. Well, how much Sylphs need.
Thank you for all your hard work. And that's it. I'm afraid to say anymore. I think I'm afraid that he might change his mind if I ask him exactly why he's doing any of this. Yet, with all he's doing for us, it feels rude to just leave him here without chatting. To pat him on the shoulder and say, good man. Good man. Carry out of my day. The idea of him protecting us without me even getting to know him, just makes me feel uncomfortable anyway. So instead, I decided to change the subject. Racking my brain, I come up with something for us to talk about.
When you have these two people who neither one of them would normally talk to each other, and it's like, she's like, but I have to, because plot, but also because, but you know, like also because I feel weird and guilty and stuff, like just ignoring him.
Yeah, I mean, like, because, like, especially with how crazy the situation is, you might feel like you're forcing him to come.
Yeah.
It's like
just being like, oh, thanks for helping us. And it's just uneasy.
Yeah. So, you're from Avalon, right?
She's like, we have that in common. We have this in common.
Yes, the same as you. It's been a long time since I went back. But in the last year, I heard about some alpha affairs spilling over into this world. That doesn't happen often, so I'm curious. Do you think you could tell me what happened?
Those of you who played Shinji's route, you know what happened.
Yeah, you know what happened.
She's like, man, I heard some sort of crap. Just like a giant mess.
Here's Shinji.
on your boob.
On my titty. Killian shifts his weight and looks a bit uneasy. It's so funny, he only has one eye, and that's the one that's sticking out.
True. At least we can see his expressions.
Yeah. Alpha affairs. It's a bit of a long story. Are you sure you want to hear it? Oh, is it personal then? Were you directly involved?
Yeah, because it was like he was just like...
Yeah, he was... like, oh, this again. Killian looks up at the sky with a deep sigh. Yes. That part of the story is perhaps for another time.
You don't have a high enough affection level to get this.
But the part you may have heard about involving the Spring Queen, her son, and issues regarding the right to the throne. Sounds complicated. Killian nods solemnly. It seems like he has much to say on it, but he only stares off into the distance. Killian's entire demeanor changes as he narrows his eyes. Squint. Before I can ask what's wrong, he darts off into another area. He's always like...
We got the panic music on, I think. No, there's some music?
Okay. Click it. Maybe?
Oh, no, I hear it. Yeah, it's the panic music. It's from MDSOA, but I like brought it in.
I run after him, but he's so fast I'm forced to take flight for a brief few seconds before I can catch up. When I do, it's just in time to see him unsheath his sword and swing it at something yellow.
No! That's somebody's husband, though.
Whoa! The guy he's back just in time to avoid being cut in two.
Good thing he's
Good
got
man.
those
Good
reflexes.
man.
Are you saying good man to Killian or to Takumi for not dying?
Takumi for not dying. When he stops moving, I quickly recognize his face. Takumi? 'Tis I, in the flesh.
Gosh.
And almost in the blood. Takumi eyes Killian warily. What's this, Rel? You got a personal night now? Taku presses his fingers to his forehead and dramatically squeezes his eyes shut. Am I your enemy too?
Had to write this with my own hands, my own fingers. This amount of extra.
I sigh, but smile at my animated protege. Isn't it a little early for this? Or late, I guess.
She says this, but she's like amused. You can see her expression is amused.
You've been out all night, haven't you? How could you tell? And don't say it's because I look terrible, because we both know I always look amazing.
But he's right.
Yeah, you look terrible. So cruel. Plus, I know you. There's no way in hell you'd get up bright and early and come all the way out here. Why are you here anyway? Well...
It's like that moment where you pass your parent going to work, but you've been up all night, and it's just like, oh, you got up early, huh? It's like, no, wait a minute.
Yo, for real, that's how I would get ratted out if my parents saw me up at 6 a.m. They'd be like, you up all night, weren't you? I'd be like, listen, we don't talk about
Exactly.
that. We don't talk about that. Takumi eyes Killian cautiously. Your knight isn't gonna kill me, right?
I mean, maybe.
Killian looks at me questioning.
We can't see him because our overlay is on top of his face.
But he was definitely like squinty.
Yes.
I nod and he smoothly sheaths his sword. No, it's clear you're an acquaintance of hers. I apologize for the misunderstanding.
He's like switches night mode off, just goes back to like random NPC like pacing back and forth.
Hey, no hard feelings, man. You're just trying to protect Rel, right? Indeed. I shall step away for your privacy, but remain in view for if you need me.
Robot.
Literally what? He went to standby mode.
Yeah, he really is.
I nod, and Killian steps a few feet away to maintain watch over the street, which is like empty because this mansion's out in the middle of nowhere.
Yes.
So how did you know that about Killian? How did you know where I was? Were you snooping, Taku? No. Takumi, don't lie to my face like that. I mean, that's not how I'd put it. I was checking up on you. You disappeared without a trace. I was worried about you.
Cute.
Without a trace, and yet, figure of speech. I was able to, in fact, trace you here with my amazing detective skills. Thank you for checking up on me, but explain. It's a pretty short story. I came to your house yesterday to ask you for a favor, but I saw the window was broken. Man, I thought the fixes would have come already. It's so hard to find good help these days, seriously. Anyway, I spent the day doing some investigation here and there. Ended up talking to Jinsol.
The music changed. The mood changed.
Jinsol's his old mood.
Honestly, he brought, like, I would consider this one to be one of his theme songs if I really thought about it.
Jinsol. Detective Moon, you mean? Taku rubs the back of his neck. Guy's pretty tight-lipped as always, but Yasu let slip something about cultists. So of course, I looked into these cultists myself. Taku, you didn't have to do that. I don't want you getting involved. It's my shit to deal with, and it's dangerous. Yeah, so anyways, I knew you'd be looking for information to do with them, so I brought some back for you. I ignore the fact that Taku just brushed me off, curious. How'd you know? What'd you find? 1, I knew because you always react to situations by trying to find out more info. It's kinda in your job description, you know. 2, the latest hot and juicy cultist info on the streets is that something big happened yesterday. Something that made the cult change their original goals, which up until now seem to be mostly focused on spreading word of Atlantis and their god Mir. Something you think has to do with me. Bingo! It seems like they've been assigned to focus all their efforts on finding someone specific. But a lot of the cult didn't take too kindly to that. They didn't see how finding someone was important when they could be out there yelling on the street corners about their seaweed god or whatever. So, there's some dissent amongst them. Strange for a cult. Yep. I guess not all of them took to the brainwashing treatment as well as others. Takumi lowers his voice, taking on a much more serious tone. I have no doubt that at least some of them will be after your realm. I don't have proof, but call it a gut feeling. I sigh. A fair guess. It's not just me, but Pax too. She was targeted in the first place when she tried to sell out some goods that we got. Since she tried to sell some stuff we got in Atlantis. Seriously? Dumb move, and that's coming from me. Well, you know, Pax and money.
Agreed. Haha. I'm just seeing like Pax like cackling. While like gold coins are falling.
She's a pirate.
Exactly.
I still don't know why they're targeting her though. Maybe, just maybe, it has something to do with the stolen Atlantis swag that a cult obsessed with Atlantis would be super interested in. I mean, yeah, obviously. But I mean, why are they so obsessed to go so far as to hunt her down? How did they even know the stuff was from Atlantis? Good questions. Takumi shrugs. I don't know. Cults, man. They don't exactly operate by normal people's rules. Makes it hard to make heads or ass of their reasoning, or methods. Too true. Takumi covers a yawn with the back of one gloved hand.
Damn, I'm tired.
Anyway, that's all I got for you for now. I'll keep looking into it when I have time between my other cases. As far as how I got here, checking Naoki's house was just a lucky hunch. Since I knew you'd be looking for knowledge on an ancient place, and he is a huge nerd. I laugh. Be nice, Taku. That huge nerd let me stay here last night. Rel, you and the professor? No! Jeez, you're almost as bad as Pax.
Yes. In his route. Not yet.
He has a personal interest in this situation.
He sure does.
Oh yeah, he sure does. I don't know what yet though, girl, look in the mirror. I don't know, could be you. Don't you guys chat? I stubbornly pretend Taku hadn't interrupted and continue on. And Killian over there agreed to help protect us as a Knight of Avalon. The night sounds legit, but I'd be careful around Akura.
Naoki's over here in my head like, what? Like, why do people always suspect me? Like, he's like, I'm the only one who's not a criminal. I'm a professor. Like, I got a good job.
Naoki,
I'm
everybody
normal.
knows you got the hots for her.
He's like, just walks away quickly.
Both of them. They're mad shady, and you don't even know their motivations yet. Thinking back to last night, I nod. Seems like the student has become the teacher. You think so? Maybe, just this one time. Don't let it get to your head, though. If it gets any bigger, you'll fly away. Flying would be an awesome power to have. Taku pauses to yawn again and turns to walk away. I need to get some sleep. Might have overdid it yesterday. I'll keep you posted if I find anything new. Something comes to mind just then. Wait, Takumi, how did you find out all of that? Huh? Oh, I might have infiltrated the cult or something like that.
It's like cut to like a side scene where Takumi's like wearing the culticity after he's just like someone.
He knocks somebody out. What? That's so dangerous. What if they catch you? See you out.
Honestly.
Stay woke, stay safe.
Wow.
Taku throws him a
She's
hand
so
in
mad.
farewell as he walks towards the street where his white scooter is hidden in some bushes. I grunt in frustration before yelling back. Same to you!
What the heck? Does this chapter end? Hold on a sec. We're gonna pause this. This should be whatever. We're stopping here. All right, because it's 28 minutes. So, yeah. Well, that was a lot already. So, even if this is, I think I know the scene, so it's kind of got its own flavor. So, anyways, my mind just went blank.
It's okay. We need some silence for a second to make that cut clean. Alright, so we checked and the chapter doesn't end yet.
Right.
But we're already like 30 minutes in, so we're gonna call this video an end for now and then pick up next time. Okay, guys?
So if you like the video, please leave a like down below and leave a comment with who's your favorite MDSOA boy.
Yes.
I really want to know. Like, were you happy on seeing Takumi? Was he like you remembered? Did you enjoy, if you played forward any, did you enjoy the cameos? Like, let me know in the comments. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more. All right, thank you for watching. Bye.
Bye.